Hey guys, how are you all? Welcome to Manga Mondays. Manga Mondays is back. I'm really excited for this. Manga Mondays is back because a lot of you guys voted on the poll and said you guys wanted Manga Mondays, so we are bringing it back. And I'm really excited for today's Manga Mondays. I've decided that for upcoming Manga Mondays, sometimes Manga Mondays will be introductions to different manga series that I've kind of sampled in that week, and sometimes it's going to be a general review or overview of a series that I find particularly interesting, just so I can show you guys some really cool stuff and fangirl with some of you girls over some really fun shoujo series. So today we are looking at Watashi ga Motete Dousunda, and I had a friend who was tweeting online about this, and so I checked it out because it was actually really fun. And so I got into it. So the series is about a girl named Serinuma Kae, and Serinuma-san is a Fujoshi, which means she is a fangirl who's really into boys love and yaoi, and she's just like such a crazy fangirl. She's a fangirl to the extent that she actually ships her own classmates. There's these two really cute boys in her class who are really close friends, and they're very competitive, and she always ships them together and sees them in these like really romantic and like suggestive kind of like scenes. So I thought that was like a really kind of interesting setup. But the thing is, at the very beginning, it starts off with her being like really chubby and just like not very attractive because she fills that kind of stereotypical image that people generally have of Fujoshi. Just a really quick note, Fujoshi is a derogatory term that people in the anime world or the fandom world use to describe girls who really like boys love or yaoi. So being called a Fujoshi generally isn't a good thing, but some Fujoshi out there have learned to kind of like embrace the term, I guess. It's just a little bit more finicky in Japan, and with it comes with a lot of like physical and social implications that you might not really want. So I really admired the author for kind of like going out there and making a really fun series about Fujoshi and kind of changing up the general images that we would associate with Fujoshi. So what happens is Serinuma does start off as a very typical Fujoshi fangirl. After the death of her biased favorite character in a visual novel game, she ends up holding herself in a room for a few days. No food, like no sleep, just like grieving. And what happens is she ends up losing a lot of weight, and she ends up becoming the most popular girl in her class, and there's like these 5 different boys that will just like flock to her. It's kind of like reading a shoujo comedy manga with otome elements in it. So there are other girl characters, they're just not as key to the story. So the story is kind of set up as a reverse harem. There isn't as much shoujo kind of like romance as I would like in it, because even though Serinuma does have different moments when she's getting very close to some of the guys, she would rather be friends with them or have them kiss each other rather than actually come onto her. She's actually quite inexperienced in romance, to the point where she does not even pick up on the fact that all the guys were crushing her on her at the same time. And throughout the story, it is a lot of fun and it's a lot of laughs, but you end up kind of exploring this concept of self-image and body image and beauty and what it really means to kind of love someone. And I really like the concepts they explore, just because at the very beginning, most of the guys only really like Serinuma or are attracted to her because of her beauty, and later on, some incidents along the way have her accidentally gain weight again, and a lot of the guys are like, oh, she's got to lose weight, she's got to be beautiful, we just got to make her exercise. And then slowly and surely, some of the guys are actually like, you know, she actually has a really great personality, she's a really kind person, and they do start to fall for her, not only for her looks but also for her inner beauty. I think for teens who might be in high school or just in general like young adults who are kind of struggling with the idea of body image, I think Watashi ga Motete Dousunda puts a really interesting spin on it. Most of the time you don't notice like some of the deep stuff that they kind of do and work into the story, but there are some moments where the guys are very like focused on Serinuma. It's kind of like love that develops not only from like a shallow perspective, but also with quite an amount of depth, because they do quite a bit of like high school activities together and they have quite a lot of time to bond. The art is actually really nice. It's by Junko, and apparently Junko is famous for her BL series. So this is kind of her first time delving into a shoujo series, which I thought was pretty great. She took a lot of what she learned in the kind of like yaoi fandom and boys love kind of side of anime and pushed it a little bit into shoujo, where we can poke fun at it, have fun with it, and it's just a really great balance of all these different elements. I really wanted to make a video on this because this series just really spoke to me as a fangirl. I had a lot of fun with some of the moments because they were just really relatable. I mean, Serinuma and her best friend would just be like creeping some really good looking guys, hoping that like there'd be like really cute moments between them. And I just think, you know, it's pretty relatable to girls who are in like fandom and fangirls, so I thought that was really awesome. So I hope you guys really check it out, and even if you are a guy and you're not usually into shoujo, or you're not a boys love fan at all and boys love just kind of like turns you off, I think this is a pretty fun series to kind of check out. And you know, generally you're kind of getting into the mind of a fangirl. So Serinuma does make a pretty great protagonist. She starts off quite two-dimensional, and slowly they layer more onto her. It's like a very, very slow but steady kind of build-up. I don't like how oblivious she is, but at the same time, every character kind of needs that one little flaw or a few little flaws to kind of like make them a little bit more entertaining, I suppose. I believe one of the North American companies have licensed it, so I believe there should be physical copies out soon in the near future. But anyways, I hope you guys check out this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit like or subscribe for more from me. And hopefully Manga Mondays will be coming again very, very soon. Thank you guys so much for voting on the poll. If you guys haven't voted on the poll but you would like to check that out, I will also leave links to the Cloudy Says updates below, and you guys can go check that out. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!